Hi, it's Trina here, back with more delicious dating tips. And today I want to start by asking a question. Is your relationship real or is it a simulation? And this question came up based on some of the interactions I've had with a few of my clients lately. And I think a lot of women find themselves in relationships that are really a simulation of what a real relationship looks like. And it's very easy to get into a relationship that isn't real. So say, for example, you find yourself, you meet someone at a bar or a club or whatever it is, and you end up on this constant sort of text messaging or emailing back and forth or Skyping or whatever it is. And you think that you're really getting to know this person. But the truth is that nothing has been done or set up to meet face to face. And so what happens when you allow, technology or text messaging to really enter into the relationship and be that sort of that main mode of communication, it really can lead you to believe something about somebody that really isn't true. And so you begin to create all these ideas about the person, and you start believing all these things that they're telling you, but you haven't spent any time with them. And so you really don't know if the person is right for you. And one of the things that I really encourage women to do is, to get to the face-to-face date sooner rather than later. Because the reality is, no matter how much you talk to someone over the phone, on Skype, or via text, there's nothing like seeing that person face-to-face. Because what will happen is you'll have an opportunity to physically respond to them. But not only that, your gut instinct will be able to tell you everything you need to know about whether or not, that person is going to be a good fit for you or if you want to continue. But the other way that I think women end up in simulated relationships is when they have sex too soon. Now, the reality is, I'm not the moral police, so I'm not the gatekeeper of anybody's morality. But I do think for a lot of women, when you have sex too soon, it can create a simulation of a real relationship. And so this is when women find themselves, having sex with someone maybe on the first or second or third date or really soon. And what they find is that, they end up having all these feelings for somebody. And then they find out that the man doesn't feel the same way. And so the reality is, if you didn't enter into that sexual relationship too soon, chances are you might not feel the same way. But because now your body is entangled with your emotions, you think you feel something that might not really exist or might not really be there. So you might feel like you love this person, but the truth is you might not really. It's just the simulation of the sex and the romance that really has you believing that. And so I think what's really important for women to do is to guard their hearts. Guard your heart. So, a lot of women end up getting hurt really badly when they're in a simulated kind of relationship. And the main thing that I can tell you is that you really have to protect what's precious to you. And again, to me, what's precious is, more than the body is really your heart and your emotions. And so I think, it can be a lot easier for men to move on from relationships than women. And when that's the case, you really just have to be protective of yourself. Now, this doesn't mean that you put barriers up. It doesn't mean that you don't allow somebody to get to know you. It just means that sometimes you just need to slow down and slow the pace a little bit so you can have a chance to get to know them and decide whether or not you want to let them in. So I hope you enjoyed this tip today, and if you have any thoughts, I'd love to hear from you, and so leave a comment. Thanks.